Hey everyone, CJ here for Tuts Plus, and in this video, I'm going to tour you through the Sketch interface. This video is perfect if you've never used Sketch before, or if you've used a similar design tool like Photoshop, Illustrator, or even Pixelmator, yet you're still sort of uncertain on how to navigate the Sketch interface. Either way, if you're unsure or uncertain of how to use the Sketch interface, or you're sort of hesitant on starting to use Sketch for the first time, then this video is for you. The best way to get started is to download Sketch from bohemiancoding.com/sketch, and there should be a link included in the description. As I've mentioned before, the website offers a free 15-day trial that's lengthy enough for you to follow through step by step as we progress throughout the course. However, if you're looking to extend the trial, or if you're that kind of person, you can download and buy Sketch straight out for $99 from the Mac App Store. Now that you've downloaded Sketch, let's go ahead and open it right up. Let me just summon Sketch right here. And there we have it. When you open Sketch, you'll notice that there's going to be a welcome window. And you can view that here always, anytime. The welcome window, like any other welcome window, allows you to open intro documents, manuals, open templates, and allows you to watch a 1-minute 30 video of an exciting things that you can do in Sketch. But we're not going to do that in this video, and you can watch that anytime. I'm just going to close this welcome window. As you can see here, we have the Sketch interface. Open Sketch right up and go ahead and experiment with what you can do with Sketch, because I believe experimentation is the best way to learn. And that's exactly how we all did it as children, right? Alright, so let me explain to you the Sketch interface. Just by looking at how the Sketch interface looks, you can see that it sort of looks familiar. If you've used Apple's iWork apps before, like Pages, Numbers, or Keynote, then you'll see that, like those apps, Sketch feels right at home with the OS X interface. It looks very much basic. It's got the 4 key panels plus the menu bar, just like the iWork apps. And so let me explain those 4 key areas, and I'll go a little bit into the menu bar later in the video. Alright, so here we have up top the Sketch toolbar. This is going to be our utility belt for all the things that we're going to use when we're going to be designing shapes and manipulating them using Sketch. And so here we have the insert menu, which is where the bulk of our work will involve in the very beginning. And this is where we're going to be able to insert shapes or insert whatever into our own designs. Following the insert menu are a variety of tools for manipulating those shapes. Now, of course, we're going to have to delve in later into the course of how each of these work, and I'll just explain through and through as we design our icons. There are also a lot of other tutorials in Tuts Plus on how to navigate the Sketch interface, and each of those tutorials delve deep into what each of these icons and tools do. And I'm just going to go through that through the course, and if you're thinking of doing that now, I suggest you watch those other Tuts Plus courses. Now, after the toolbar, we have something here on the right called the Inspector panel. The Inspector panel is where we're going to be able to fine-tune and tweak our designs. For example, if we've drawn a shape, we can then style how that shape will look. In other words, the Inspector panel is where all the designing will occur. So if this toolbar is where we're going to insert our most basic shapes, then the Inspector panel is the one for creating the styles like fills, borders, shadows, inner shadows, and all the other things to make our designs look gorgeous. For example, if I click here, you can see that I've added our own custom fill on this shape. The shape is obviously something that I have taken from the insert menu and created myself, and then styled using the Inspector panel. Fairly straightforward. Now, the next key area of Sketch, here on the left, is called the Navigation panel, as you would have seen me using just a few minutes ago. The Navigation panel, or as I'd like to call it, the Layers/Pages panel, allows us to browse through the many layers of our document. Sketch here then, in the Layers panel, gives us a nice list of everything that we've drawn here in the main canvas, which I'll explain a bit later. Without the Layers panel, we would have to dig through and keep clicking over and over thousands, many layers of our designs. And so the Layers panel gives us a nice little neat area of semantics, of basically browsing through our own document. And of course, if you're looking for a layer, you can always search it through here. And there are a variety of other ways of organizing your layers, like groups or even artboards, which I'll delve in later as we progress through the course. Now, Hidden here up top in the Layers panel is something that I'd call the Pages slider, or as part of the Navigation panel, the Pages panel. And you can view that here by clicking this little drop down here. What it does is it pushes open the slider, minus an animation, and it allows you to page through different sections of your document. So if you're used to using Photoshop or Pixelmator or other design tools unlike Sketch, you'll notice that when you're designing different documents, you're going to end up having to create multiple documents, actual files on your Finder desktop or on your Mac for a single project. In Sketch, however, you can create a single document yet have multiple pages. So if you're designing different assets for a single project, you can have your entire project in a single Sketch file. Pretty neat. We're going to take advantage of those pages as we progress through the course in each of the separate stages. Now that's the entire Sketch interface. One last thing left, of course, is here, the canvas. Sketch is known for its trademark infinite canvas. So if you've used Photoshop or Illustrator before, or if this is your first time, you'll know that whenever you create a blank document in any Mac or application, it's going to ask you or prompt you for a document size. For example, opening a document in Pages asks us what kind of page we want, landscape or portrait. However, in Sketch just gives us a nice blank canvas so we can just get started designing. Now you're probably wondering, how does that work? What Sketch does is that for everything you draw, be it a 1 pixel by 1 pixel size drawing, or even an entire 5,000 by 5,000 canvas size drawing, Sketch saves your document accordingly. So, for example, if you've got a really tiny file, Sketch won't save an infinite canvas, rather it would save the constraints of your tiny file, and vice versa for anything large. We're going to be taking advantage of Sketch's infinite canvas as we progress through the course and reach to the exporting stage of our course. And so that's the infinite canvas, or rather, all the 4 key areas of Sketch. The final key area of Sketch, and this is where the most complex parts of Sketch can happen or can be used and utilized, is the menu bar up here. There are a lot of tools and features buried here within the menu bar, and we're going to take advantage of that as we progress through the course. Of course, there are too many to list here as we browse through here in the menu bar. However, I'm just going to show you step by step what each of these tools does as we need them as we design icons with Sketch in the course. Now that you know how to navigate the entire Sketch interface, this is the part where I ask you to start experimenting. So go ahead, open Sketch right now, and start trying out all the different tools and features that you can do. Remember, as I've said earlier, experimentation is the best way of learning, and aside from following step by step, going your own way or improvising is another way to learn and probably maximize your design skills. In the next video, which is in the next stage as we design our iOS app icon, I'll be detailing the iOS human interface guidelines. So if you're that kind of person who loves getting all the rules correct, getting your pixels perfect, or just having nice things a little neat and tidy and following through the rules, the next video is perfect for you. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get started.